Hello, 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 TGIF. It's Friday, y'all. We made it through a week. Well, those of us who are business owners know there is never time off. So even though the calendar says it's Friday, we self-employed business owners, entrepreneurs, we're constantly moving and shaking and things are constantly moving. So, hey, everybody, this is Daryl, Business Credit Works, just going live to talk about a topic today, another topic today that I found interesting that once again you need to be aware of as you're talking with banks, basically any financial institution. Very important. And it's called your bank credit score. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that, have heard of that, a bank credit score, and why that's so important to be aware of that. So today's topic is your bank credit score, and I'm going to share on my screen just the handout so you guys can review it. And once again, I don't want to miss anything, so I'm going to be utilizing this PowerPoint as we're talking through it uh, to to go over the different items. Well, so please feel free if you've got questions, please include them in the chat. Be happy to answer them for you. But this is very important information to know your bank credit score. All lending institutions have that, and why it's important to be aware of that as you're growing your business and scaling your business. All right, here we go. This is your bank credit score. We're going to talk about that today and why it's so important and how it helps or hurts you by having a good or bad or no bank credit score. So basically, uh, business bank account. Hold on one second for me, please. Yeah, your business bank account. It's essential, vital, absolutely necessary that a business owner opens a separate banking account from their personal account. A bank account that's classified as a business account, not personal. From a lending perspective, we do not see you operating as a business if you're using a personal account. So, what that looks like is you've created your entity, your LLC, S Corp, C Corp, nonprofit, could be 2 years ago, but you've been running it through your personal account. We don't look at that as we will not look at you as a true business because the bank account is a personal account. Okay. Very, very important when you get your entity established, go ahead and open up that business bank account right away. And of course, some of the benefits of it is it helps you maintain accurate records where you're not commingling your monies and transactions. Meaning, if you're using your personal account to run your business information through, that's commingling. That's just a recipe for disaster. And it's hurting you more than it's helping you, to be honest. By having that business bank account, preparing reports, making deposits, withdrawals, issuing checks, everything just makes your life a whole lot easier. And the benefit from a banking perspective and a lender perspective is we know you're more legit when your structure, and I'm going to say this all the time, foundational pieces, and this is definitely a foundational piece, a business bank account that needs to be in place. The business bank account also has benefits, lessens your tax headaches. As I said before, commingling funds, liabilities by keeping business revenue expenses separate from personal. Um, Once again, accidentally commingling. Really, there's no accident if you've got a personal account and you're using it as a business bank account or both. You know what you're doing. You need to open that business bank account up. You can accept debit and credit cards with a business account, and there's a place for a merchant processor to deposit funds also. Just makes it uh, 10 times easier to accept different types of payments and get more sales. With a business account, they have more lenient fees. And because it's a business, fees, chances are you're going to write those off. And of course, that's with your tax basis, and you're working with your tax professional because it is a business expense that potentially can be written off. Um, you also building a relationship with lending institutions by having a bank account, business bank account with them. It's showing them how much money that your business basically has on an average on a monthly basis. That's how they also know how to market different products and services to you by your business bank account. Because as your business bank account increases over time, 10,000 on average per month, 20, 40, 50,000, new level opens a whole new level of opportunities and more products and services that your business can have access to because they're keeping track. They're definitely keeping track of how much money that's going through your business bank account. And as I said, it's one of the first things that a business should do. It's just should go hand in hand with creating your entity, getting your EIN number from the IRS. Just open a business bank account right away. I've had hmm, unfortunately, conversations with business owners who have been doing business and had the LLC and the EIN for years, but they were running transactions through their business bank account, so therefore can't give you credit for all the monies that you've been taking in as a business when it's through a personal account. This is very, very important. Very, let me stress this, very, very important. A lot of times, well, let me start there. Your bank account start date, very important date. That's when the lenders look at you as a true business. Okay. Not when you created your LLC, your nonprofit, not using that date. They're using your bank account start date. That's when you became a true business. That's when you can take money. So that's when they're looking at that date to say that you are a true business. So that's another huge, huge reason to get that business bank account open just for that purpose. And it's something you're going to have to do anyway. So as opposed to having to go back to do it, just take that one day, get everything done at one time, and then you're able to move on because you're going to have so many things coming at you that you won't have the time or energy to go back and do cleanup from something that you should have done right out the gate. Okay. And they look at that as the really when your business started. Just going once again, there's so many fake companies out there. You can set up a shelf corp, for example. And for you guys that aren't familiar with shelf corporations, what it is, in essence, is you can set your LLC, for example. You can establish that and have and not use it and put it on the shelf and let it season. Okay. And seasoning, what I mean by that is one of underwriting guideline is that 1 to 5 year mark is very volatile for a business. So if you have a LLC, for example, a shelf LLC that's been sitting on the shelf for 4 years, it's taking some heat off of the underwriting because you look like a more seasoned company because of your LLC date. But now lending institutions look at the bank account date as when you actually became a business. Okay. Banks use account start date because it helps make it so fraud doesn't pay. Very important. Setting up a business bank account. You want to set up the right way. Your company name must be perfectly matched. Your entity paperwork with the Secretary of State. Your company address must be the same. Make sure your EIN number is the same on the bank account as it is on the paperwork. Most banks are going to require you go into the bank to get a new account set up. When you leave, you'll get a folder. It will have documents that outline terms on the bank account. It will likely also include information on how to set up online banking and get temporary checks for the account. The bank will probably have a service they recommend to get checks. Anymore, checks are not really used, but it's up to you to get checks or not. Okay. Debit cards are the way that things are going nowadays, but it's up to you if you even want to get checks. And even starter checks would be fine just to have them on hand in the event a vendor you work with might require a check. But next, 9 times out of 10, that routing number and bank number, you can make it work. Just be careful, you won't need their whole bundle package that they sell you. And you guys know in this day and time, debit cards, EIN or the bank account number and the wire transfer number really is all you're really going to need. Starter kit will include a binder, deposit bag, company stamp, seal for endorsements. And this is going to vary because from bank to bank or lending institution, what that starter kit is going to include is going to vary, even if they even give you a starter kit anymore. Things have changed so much that they might not give you a full starter kit or a starter kit at all. And once again, you might not need to order, just get a book. That's all you're probably going to need. Bank credit scores. Many people don't know about this at all. Yet, this is how banks determine who to loan to and who to turn down. And I know you guys have heard, they always say, get a banking relationship, get a banking relationship. That's part of why they're getting a banking relationship is because once you have your assets at ABC Bank, that's starting the banking relationship. They will know how much money that you're running through their bank account, and that gives you credibility and also gives you leverage. Because if you're running $50,000 per month, that's going to give you huge leverage. The bank credit is a total amount of borrowing capacity a business can get from the banking system. A business can get more business credit quickly if it has a minimum of one bank reference, a bank credit card. That's why we have a program here up to $150,000 in strictly MasterCard or Visas. Those are bank level credit cards. Okay. So when they see one bank sees that ABC Bank has given you a business credit card for $20,000 credit limit, they typically follow suit. The second bank, the third bank, so on and so forth, because it's showing your business can handle at that level a $20,000 credit limit at a banking institution. On average, daily balance 10,000 or more for the past 3 months. And this is a rating system. So we're going to start getting into the scoring system too. This just means an adjusted debt balance of 5,000 or 30,000. Let's see. We'll get to it. Here's where the bank rating scoring system, a high five, account balance of 70,000 to basically $100,000 or 99,000. That's going to give you a high five. Then your low five is 10,000 to 39,000. You can see a low four score is 1,000 to about 3,900, 1,000 to 3,900. So they've got a bank rating scoring system based on the amount of dollars that you have in their institution. That's why it's so important to be aware and be conscious of. As I tell my clients, if you get paid in cash, still deposit the cash in the bank because that's a paper trail of how much revenue your business is bringing in. Don't pocket the cash, deposit it. If you have to turn around and draw it back out, that's okay. But you've got a date and a timestamp that your business received $300. And after 30 days, all that adds up. So you want to keep your bank ratings up. Do whatever it takes to at least do 10,000 on a 90-day period. Money should be kept there, okay? Because they're going to see on average how much money is kept there. And that also helps you accrue a higher rating score, is on average how much money is in that bank. And they're calculated in cycles, as I said, 3 month periods. So basically a quarter. Every quarter, they're looking at your bank rating score. Okay. If you can get that score up as high as possible before you apply for any type of loans with that institution. Without at least a low five rating, most banks will assume a business has little ability to repay a loan or a line of credit. The bank ratings are a measurable of how responsible the account owner is with the funds. To a bank, the following are irresponsible: insufficient funds, negative cash flow, low balances. Okay, that's gonna just it's gonna make your job getting lending harder. And because you know that they're looking at this quarterly, say one quarter you do have a bad quarter. Don't go to the bank if you don't need the funds right away. Hold off until you can get a full quarter and make your business look as strong as possible with the average amount of deposits, no insufficient funds, no negative cash flow, and a high balance. Okay. Consistency of deposits is huge because some of the loan programs will dictate on a minimum you have to have 3 to 5 deposits, 5 to 10, 15 to 18 deposits on minimum to um, apply for a certain type of loan programs. Keep money in the bank over a 90-day period, quarter, 90 days. Remember I said on average, they look at that and review that quarterly. If you can, retain the balance of 10,000 or better. Keep up positive cash flows. Avoid insufficient funds. It's going to happen, okay? It's what's going to look bad if there's the number of insufficient funds. One, two can be explained with a letter of explanation. But if you start getting a three, four, five, six insufficient funds, would you feel comfortable loaning money to someone who has a consistent insufficient funds in their bank? You would, you would, you would do a side eye at them to say, okay, you can't manage your money very well, or is it there's a cash flow problem also? So just be conscious of that. A business bank account is vital for your business's success, from business credit to business lending to loans, you name it. That score is tremendously huge. It shows that your business is responsible and your business can manage um, money. Okay. So let's see here. That's it, guys. I hope you guys got value out of today. I just wanted to touch base on that. If you make you aware of that your bank has a banking credit score and system, they use that to know how to market to your business also. If you get those promotional flyers where your company can get XYZ, it's because of your average balance in your business bank account. That is basically that's being sold, I hate to say it in those terms, to other lending institutions because we call it dialing for dollars, basically. They're sending out marketing uh, promos to try to get you, the business owner, to call them so they can loan you money. So that's one way that they can do that is with that bank rating system. And why it's vitally important for you to have a relationship with a lending institution, deposit your money there, build that relationship there. You might even have it in two places, two lending institutions. Doesn't hurt. It just diversifies as your options because one lender might have a loan program that the other one doesn't. They might have special programs for black-owned businesses, women-owned businesses. So you never know. So that's why it's good to maybe diversify if you can. Have a couple of business bank accounts, and of course, if it's not going to have at least 10,000 or more, just stick with one. But if you can have a couple with 10,000 or more in different lending institutions, it can give you more options when you're looking for funds and funding. All right. Hope you guys got value out of today. As I say always, like and share. Share this with somebody you don't like. Okay. But this is Daryl from Business Credit Works, just educating you guys on that bank credit score and why it's so important to just be conscious of it. And you can help yourself by making those financial relationships and keeping your average quarterly balance at 10,000 or more, because that's going to give you more fighting power when you go for a loan with a lending institution that you've been with for some time now, because they can, as I showed you earlier, they have a scoring system. They can easily access that scoring system to see internally where you rate, and that's going to play a part once again in the underwriter's decision. They're looking at anything possible to paint you in a positive light. So let's help them. Let's help the lending institutions by having that $10,000 or more. And I know some of us are still growing and scaling our businesses, but you need this knowledge now to get to. You need to raise your game, raise your standards of where you're going to go to. You might be here today, but you're not going to stay there. As your business scales and grows and you get business credit, you're going to get there. All right. Okay. Now I'm getting silly. This is Daryl, Business Credit Works. Take a look at our website. If you have questions, take a look at our programs that we offer. We have a very friendly staff. Uh, please reach out. You can make an appointment on our website, businesscreditworks.com. We do Zoom appointments and also phone consultations. And if you're local, you can make an appointment and come into the office. I'm here in Phoenix. We're here in Phoenix, also have reps in Kansas City. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you find value out of today's message. And please like and share. Each one teach one. It's all of our responsibilities to help other business owner, other like-minded people. We all are trying to build legacies for our family. Let's share this information. It's good information that every business owner needs. Black, white, Asian, gay, straight, doesn't matter. Business is business. There is no such thing as a small business because the paperwork needed for a one-man shop is the same paperwork needed for 100-man shop or woman. Okay? So you guys stay safe. Enjoy the weekend. Keep working. Until next time.